The fourth series of the Singapore dollar was introduced on September 9, 1999, and now, 23 years onwards, they're still being used in Singapore and it hasn't been replaced yet. So in this video, we're going to take a look at its hidden secrets. Now, let's start off with the standard notes. There are 7 denominations: 2, 5, 10, 50, 100, 1000, and 10,000 notes. The lowest denomination, the $2, is worth about $1.42 US cents as of recording. The 100 is worth about $71.43, and the highest denomination, the $10,000 note, is worth about $7,143 US dollars, and it's the highest value legal tender banknote in the world. Now, based on front design, all of the notes are almost identical. All of the notes features a portrait of Singapore's first president, Encik Yusof bin Ishak, who served as president between 1965 and 1970. The background of each note features a different type of cowrie, or in other words, a sea snail. Now, on to the security features. The first security feature can be found here. This line above the word Singapore in 4 official languages, Microprint. If you look at this with a magnifying glass, you will see the text Monetary Authority of Singapore. More microprint can also be found here, behind the denomination, reading MAS or Monetary Authority of Singapore. Another security feature is located here, this shape of the Singapore lion symbol. It's basically a see-through register. What this means is the outline part is printed at the front, while the colored part on the notes reverse. So when you hold it up to light, the colored part will perfectly appear at the white part at the front. Now, before I move on to the next feature, the main difference between these notes is that 2, 5, and 10 are polymer or plastic, and the 50, 100, 1000, and 10,000 notes are cotton. Now, it's not unusual for countries to do this. For example, Malaysia and Mexico also use polymer for their lower denomination notes and cotton for their higher denominations. This is because lower denomination notes usually go to more wear and tear compared to higher denominations. However, there are cotton versions of the 2, 5, and $10 notes that were replaced with these polymer ones on May 2004. Like most polymer notes, these notes feature transparent windows, one in the top left with the coat of arms, and one in the bottom right with the denomination. There's also this cool tilt effect feature in the shape of the Singapore lion symbol. Basically, when you look at it from a normal angle, it will just appear as a gold patch, but when tilted, the coat of arms can be seen. And on the cotton notes, it features this octagonal kinagram, which depending on the angle you tilt the note, you will see the Singapore lion symbol turning into the Monetary Authority of Singapore's logo, and the denomination appears from the bottom left. There's also a latent image patch, this box here, which when you tilt the note, the Monetary Authority of Singapore's logo can be seen. And finally, all the notes features a watermark of Encik Yusof bin Ishak. And for some reason, on the cotton notes, there are watermarks of the braille dots found on each of the notes. Speaking of braille, all the notes are also different sizes from one another to help the visually impaired distinguish between them. Now let's turn these notes over. The back of each note has its own unique theme. The $2 with a theme of education features 3 prominent institutions of learning. To the right can be seen the Victoria Bridge School, the old Raffles Institution at Bras Basah Road in the center, and the College of Medicine on the far left. These 3 institutions symbolically represent the ideal educational progress in Singapore, mainly primary, secondary, and tertiary. It also features a group of students interacting with the teacher. The theme of Garden City can be found on the $5 bill. The theme embodies Singapore's identity as a garden city, features a dramatic garden city landscape dominated by the portrayal of the old Tumbusu tree, which is in fact over 180 years old and is still standing today on the grounds of the Singapore Botanic Gardens. The $10 with a theme of sports features a jogger, a tennis player, and a soccer player on one side, representing the most famous land sports in Singapore, and on the other side it features swimming and sailing, representing water sports. The 50 with a theme of arts features 4 ethnic musical instruments, which includes a Chinese pipa, a Malay kompang, Indian veena, and a classical violin. which is an perfect example of Chinese, Malay, Indian, and Western cultures in Singapore. Alongside it features two artworks from the Singapore Art Museum, the gibbon and the dry and salted fish. These works represent the development and achievements of artists in Singapore. The youth theme of the $100 note exemplifies the aspirations, ruggedness, and community spirits of youth in Singapore. This is represented by three aspects of youth activities, namely youth in community service, youth in action, and youth in leadership development. The $1,000 note features three buildings representing the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The Istana building featured in the center of the note is the official residence of the President of Singapore. The Parliament House on the left representing the legislature, and the Supreme Court representing judiciary. And finally, the 10,000 note features a research scientist working on high technology laboratory equipment, a microprocessor, and a silicon wafer, representing Singapore's drive to create a high-technology manufacturing hub. It also features two partial sequences of two proteins, the tyrosine kinase and the tyrosine phosphatase, representing two important breakthroughs in research by the Institute of Molecular and Cell Biology. The two largest denominations, however, the 1,000 and 10,000 notes, were no longer issued. The 1,000 effective on January 1st, 2021, and the 10,000 way back on October 1st, 2014. However, these notes are still legal tender. The back of the note also features microprint of the text Majulah Singapura, which is the name of the national anthem of Singapore. And on the $1,000 note, the national anthem is literally featured on this note. Under UV light, the front of the note sees the serial number, denomination box, chairman seal, and the Latin image box glows. And the back of the note sees the background and certain design elements glow. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any ideas of what currency I should do next, leave it in the comment section down below.